With your approval, we're ready to continue lowering power to...
You have to wait. Are you going to ask me if there's a problem, Nikolai? You can't read a phone.
There's a problem.
3 years I've tried to finish this test. 3 years.
Wow, so they knew something was wrong already.
Yeah.
We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. I'll personally supervise the test, and it will be completed.
Damn, dude.
Well, the backstory of how this test...
The reactors
Right.
will be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial. Once it's over, we will have our villains. We will have our hero.
Yeah, right.
Right, the truth.
After that, we can deal with the reactors.
He knows his bullshit.
But
Come on, like right off
it's a matter of time. It's a ticking time
from
bomb.
the get-go, he knows his bullshit. They haven't cared so far. They're not going to care. They're not going to start now.
It's just like to keep up appearances. And I'm like, there's
Actual people dying.
Yeah, I know.
It's a real
There's-
situation.
with real life consequences.
You're going to convince a jury.
It's a show trial. Jury's already been handed over.
I'm not talking about them. The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community.
Oh. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is the finale reaction to Chernobyl. It's been an amazing experience so far. Thank you guys for all the support and the comments throughout all, the entire show. It's been an amazing experience with you guys.
Yeah, honestly, like you guys' support has been wonderful. You guys have been sharing so much useful and wonderful information that really helped us kind of like dive a little bit deeper into the historical, even medical accuracies and inaccuracies of the show. We got to learn so much thanks to you guys. Like you guys have been absolutely amazing throughout all this.
I agree. Thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel and you found us through Chernobyl, make sure to subscribe or, leave a like if you enjoyed the content and leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the entire show. What do you think when you first watched it? Is it one of your favorite shows? Because it's definitely one of my favorite shows when it comes to the acting and the performances. Everything was amazing. Thank you guys for all the support during this series and we'll see you guys in a second.
But what if a power plant has no power? What if the power feeding the plant itself is disrupted? A blackout, equipment failure, or an attack by a foreign enemy?
Yeah, what happens to the core?
3 diesel fuel backup generators here.
Okay.
So, problem solved.
Not really, huh? Yeah.
Vichnaya knew that the problem was not solved at all. The backup generators took approximately 1 minute to reach the speed required.
Oh, it's a minute delay.
Oh, God.
If the facility lost power, the turbine which had been spinning would take some time to slow down and stop.
Right.
The electricity it was still generating and transfer it to the pumps. What if the dying turbine could keep the pumps working long enough to bridge the 60-second gap till the generators came up?
Okay, for the generators, yeah.
At midnight, there is a shift change.
Right.
Oh no, it was some part of human error as well?
Dyatlov is going to be supervising.
I have to do something I've never done before with Dyatlov looking over my shoulder.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh man.
Is it too much to ask that you all know what you're doing?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Should have just said the truth.
I want you to think of Yuri Gagarin. I want you to imagine that he has been told nothing of his mission into space until the moment that he is on the launch pad.
Yeah.
The operator responsible for controlling and stabilizing the reactor that night was all of 25 years old.
Fuck, dude.
And his total experience on the job? 4 months.
Oh man. What idiots, dude.
As uranium atoms split apart and collide, reactivity goes up. But if you don't balance the reactivity, it never stops rising. So, boron control rods.
Right.
They reduce reactivity like brakes on a car. Cool water takes heat out of the system. As it does, it turns to steam, or what we call a void. There's something called a positive void coefficient.
Okay.
That the more steam present within the system, the higher the reactivity, which means more heat, which means more steam, which means
more electricity.
Fuel increases reactivity.
Okay.
Control rods and water reduce it.
Okay.
Steam increases it. The rise in temperature reduces it. This is the invisible dance that powers entire cities without smoke or flame.
Right, it's a constant back and forth.
As uranium splits apart to release energy, it breaks down into a new element, xenon. Xenon reduces reactivity. This is the poison Comrade Homyuk mentioned.
Oh.
When the core is running at full power, it burns the xenon away before it can cause a problem. But because of the delay, Chernobyl Reactor 4 has been held at half power for 10 hours.
Building up.
Dude.
It was building up xenon.
Oh, fuck, dude.
That is way low.
Oh.
I'm not even touching it.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
It dipped.
By more than 200 points.
And now they try to counterbalance. That's when the spike happens.
I think if we turn off LAC, it may be possible to get more control.
Do it, go.
Right, switch off local automatic control, go to global.
Oh man.
LAC disabled, global control activated.
Oh shit!
God.
What did you do?
I did what you said, I switched.
Look at it!
Oh my god.
We have to shut all the way down.
No.
We could be in a xenon pit. We have to shut down, wait 24 hours.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
Man, are you kidding me?
I won't do it, it isn't safe.
Damn, he stood up. And you still blamed them.
See, if I say it's safe, it's safe. And if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here. And you won't. You won't work at Kursk or Ignalina or Leningrad or Novovoronezh. You won't work anywhere ever again. I'll see to it.
Damn, dude.
This is so upsetting.
No wonder.
At 30 megawatts, xenon is still being created. None of it is burning away.
Even more build up, quicker too.
Jesus, man.
The reactor isn't hot enough to produce sufficient steam. The only way to safely raise power from this state is to do it very, very slowly over the course of 24 hours.
Which they did not.
Yakov wants it done now.
Yeah.
Akimov and Toptonov have only one course of action. They begin pulling control rods out. Still, the power does not budge.
Damn,
so they begin
dude.
pulling them all the way out.
And then the first thing that goes in.
Control rods are the brakes on this car.
Wow.
Of 211 rods, only 6 now remain in the reactor.
Jesus
As for the fuel,
Christ, dude.
it's gone cold, so the negative temperature coefficient is no longer weighing down the reactivity. But even still, the xenon poisoning is so strong, the best they can do is raise the power to 200 megawatts. The only thing keeping the reactor in check is water and xenon. It's 1 in the morning, the test is minutes away.
Oh my god.
$204, that's it. It's not moving, huh?
This is all we can get. It's 200 megawatts.
That's all we have. That's all we have.
But the test requires 700.
Stelyachuk, let's get ready. Switch on pump 4.
Oh, wait a second.
The steam in the separator drum is too low, 5 atmospheres.
All right, let's all help him. Get it up as best you can.
It's like flying a plane without wings.
Diktayenko, Kodemchuk, circulation operators are in the pump room. None of them have been told about the test.
Are you kidding?
Dude.
The pumps stop moving water through the reactor. Uranium fuel is now unchecked by fresh coolant, unchecked by control rods. The
Right.
balance immediately swings in the opposite direction. In less than a second,
The spike.
reactivity increases.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
There is no fresh water to replace it. Steam increases reactivity,
Right.
increases heat,
Complete.
increases steam,
Yeah.
increases reactivity.
It's a pendulum swing.
Yeah. The scale just went the
Yeah.
opposite way super quickly.
The power is rising. There's nothing left to stop it. 120.
Holy shit, that climb.
What did you do?
123 and 40 seconds.
If you. Yeah.
You press AZ5, all of the control rods insert at once,
Oh,
and the
man.
reaction is stopped, dead.
But at that point, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
You're stopping a car that's going 200 miles per hour.
The fully withdrawn control rods begin moving back into the reactor.
All at once?
Boron, which reduces reactivity, but not
Right.
the tips. The tips are made of
Graphite.
graphite,
Yeah.
which accelerates reactivity.
Why?
It's cheaper.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. This is where he starts exposing.
The first part of the rods that enter the core are the graphite tips, and when they do, the reaction in the core, which had been rising, skyrockets.
Of course.
Graphite tips are fixed in position.
And that's the only thing.
Endlessly accelerating.
Oh my
reaction.
god.
Chernobyl reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. 12342.
Oh my god.
The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and down.
Oh my god.
Steam blows more fuel channels apart. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading. Reactor 4, designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts.
Are you kidding me?
Went beyond 33,000.
Holy shit. 33,000.
12345, explosion.
Ooh.
The lid is thrown off the reactor, oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite. The chain of disaster is now complete.
Wow.
See all that graphite.
Yeah, look at the blocks that ended up in the roof. What we saw last episode.
No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator. They didn't know it.
But the state knew.
Because it was kept from them.
Exactly.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
Testimony in Vienna was a lie.
Yeah.
Right now, there are 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw. 3 of them are still running, less than 20 kilometers away at Chernobyl. When the truth offends, we lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there.
This guy's badass.
That is how an RBMK reactor core explodes.
My god. What a monologue.
Lies.
Everybody knows now. Now the consequences, right, for just telling the truth.
Oh my god.
It would be embarrassing to kill you now.
Of course.
Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press. It never happened.
Of course.
It wasn't for them, though.
You keep your title and your office, no duties, no authority, no friends.
Wow.
No one will listen to you. Other men, lesser men, will receive credit for the things you have done.
Wow.
What role did Shcherbina play in this?
He didn't know what I was going to say.
What role did Homyuk play in this?
None.
Wow, he's taking the full blame.
After all you've said and done today, it would be curious if you chose this moment to lie.
I would think a man of your experience would know a lie when he hears one.
You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again.
That's why the tapes.
If I refuse,
why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
That's exactly
Pretty
what put us
sure
here in the
that's what
first
they
place.
said, yeah,
That's
about the
insane.
RBKM reactor. He has given everything to this bullshit situation. It's not fair.
Well, eventually, this whole thing, he knew that they weren't going to allow it to get to the press, but it was all for the scientists to hear it.
Yeah, of course, but
Hopefully, it did make a difference.
The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions.
Yeah.
At last is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Goosebumps, man. Wow. They had to at that point, huh? Because of the tapes.
yeah, of course.
What a punchline, man. What are the cost of lies? What is the cost of lies? Wow. So emotional too, man. All these people just doing the right thing because it was the right thing to do. Wow, it's still that radioactive. Oh, God. Oh, thank God. Wow.
What?
Oh, man. Fuck, dude. So sad, man.
No. Yeah.
What? No way.
That's good.
How the fuck did they survive that?
Thank God.
They're crazy, man. Fighters till the end. Yeah. And they never went back. Good. With containment for 100 years, that's good enough. The amount of people.
Yeah.
To 93,000 deaths at most. It's the same toll as a war, pretty much.
Huh.
31. Wow.
Right.
Sure.
Jesus.
What a show, man. What a show.
Holy shit, dude.
This was probably the best punchline I could have asked for. This episode gave us the insights. It gave us the entire tragic situation inside the plant.
Right.
When it happened. Up until this point, we saw it from very far away. We saw that explosion. We saw the aftermath, but we never really saw what went down inside.
Right. We caught a few glimpses here and there, but we didn't really get to see the full build-up, right? The way that we were shown in the end. I also really liked Legasov's explanation of how the plant works and what exactly went down. I really like the language that they used. So like us, non-nuclear physicists and scientists could actually kind of keep up with what was going on. So
it was easy to follow in a way. It was like a step-by-step process of everything that went wrong, and pretty much every step that could go wrong went wrong.
Yes.
And I loved the speech, man. The speech in front of during the trial, it was so insane to me that even though they had all of this going against this test, they still went ahead and said, fuck it, we're gonna do it. I don't think they could ever foresee the disaster, and I like that the punchline was still, yes, these people were at fault in these situations, but if only they had known this crucial piece of information that you guys kept from them, they would have not been so dismissive of the consequences, because they were all leaning back on this failsafe, which was a button that was going to shut down the nuclear reactor and then problem solve. If anything gets too dangerous, we just press the button, right? Which is what Dyatlov was pretty much putting all of his eggs in that basket, right? He was like, whatever, if anything goes wrong, the problem was that without that piece of information, what ended up happening is that was arming the nuclear bomb that Chernobyl became, basically.
Like he said, he called it a detonator. In the end, and it was really fascinating to see how all of these actors it felt very authentic towards the time, and it also felt very authentic, when it comes to costume design. And set design and everything else, which...
It feels like it was filmed at the time.
Yeah,
you forget really a few times that it's a show.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
And, we talked about this before as well, where one of the things I really appreciate about the show is that they really managed to stay away from the melodrama. What happened at Chernobyl was disastrous. It was catastrophic, and it affected millions of people. It had a very real cultural and physical impact. So it was really nice to see that they approached it with the respect and didn't just turn it into some Hollywood breakdown thing. They lingered in the sad moments, but it was almost voyeuristic.
Yeah, it made sense. And it was also to bring, I think, to drive home the point of how many people suffered more than to show the suffering for that sake, right?
Right.
Let's show drama for the sake of drama. No.
Right.
This is something that actual people had to go through.
Yes.
And this is how the state reacted to this situation, right?
Right.
And throughout the whole show, I liked how they gave us like the theory of what went wrong,
right?
When did it go wrong? And we slowly started to uncover different pieces of the puzzle, but we never had it visualized. It was still a theory. So that in this final episode, this episode is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, but because of all the other buildups of the other episodes. I think the show together is a masterpiece, but I feel like, you know, this episode wouldn't have been as good as it was if the other episodes didn't do the heavy lifting for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like now that we have all this understanding and we have the weight and what it cost these people to go through this entire situation, what they lost just by telling the truth.
Right.
This episode really was a perfect punchline to show us what happened in that, you know, in that power plant.
Yeah.
And show us the consequences that this, you know, had, the effects that they had on people the days after.
Yeah,
and to months and years to come, you know, and then the consequences that our heroes had to go through to one, to save people, and two, to put the truth out there.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic. That last freaking line, man. What is the cost of our lies? You know, what is the cost of lies? It's beautiful. It's almost a poetic show in a way, right? Where it's like, it really takes you through the entire process. And then that ending with the real photographs and the inspiration and the few facts. I did not know the three guys that went into to get the pump situation fixed, that they survived. That was crazy. Even I think I said it in one of the previous episodes. I'm like, I think I read somewhere that these people died.
Yeah.
That was such
honestly,
a surprise.
I was convinced that they died.
That is insane.
There's no,
they survived
like,
that.
I'm glad they survived.
You know what?
I'm glad that some miracles happened, that Ludmila ended up having
a kid,
a child when she was told that she wouldn't be able to.
Some brightness at the end of the tunnel. You know, it was nice to hear this because also those people kind of volunteered, you know, not because nobody else in that room volunteered. It was everybody in that room could have done it. Only those three said, okay.
Yeah.
And they risked everything. They could have very well be another statistic in the number of you know, the death toll of Chernobyl. Yeah. And they did not. Thank God, because, you know, out of everybody, I feel like we really connected with them because we knew how bad the situation was. And they were like, it was a choice at that point. They said, whatever, we'll do it.
Right. It was the cost of what was being asked of them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when Shcherbina in the end, he was like, you'd have to do this because you have to. Because this needs to be done. And the fact that these people were so resilient and, you know, they took on these challenges with so much bravery and grace. And it's so many people that tried to fix a seemingly unfixable situation. And I think like, you know, we need to acknowledge that, pay the respects to it, and hopefully not repeat the same mistakes of the past.
Yeah, listen to the actual message that this show is trying to tell us. Not only it is, you know, resurrecting in a way for a newer generation that might have not really had this or haven't heard of it or didn't really know what went down. Because we grew up knowing, but not at this level of depth. And thanks to this show, we kind of got curious and started doing some research. Thanks to you guys, we learned so much. And you know, we love reading facts, and we love, you know, double checking them in the internet, making sure that it's accurate, and then learning from there. And you guys have been nothing but amazing and educated us. So thank you for that. But I do think this show really did a good job at bringing this situation back, and just kind of more of a warning sign, right? Of, like you said, do not repeat the same mistakes that we did in the past.
It carries an interesting kind of social relevance to a lot of things that are happening in the world right now, that have been happening for the past few years.
It does,
unfortunately. So, you know, hopefully we can learn from it. And like, cause like that's the best way to honor the people that sacrifice themselves. So
make it mean something. Don't go back into the same cycle. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that was it for Chernobyl. Thank you so much for joining us through this entire show. This was an amazing experience. Thank you so much for those who suggested it. Come January 15th, we have another show that is created and I believe co-directed by Craig Mazin, which is the creator of
And
Chernobyl.
HBO.
On HBO, which is The Last of Us. So we're super excited for that. Check out the channel because we're going to be reacting to that for sure.
Yes,
Not
100%.
only because we're fans of The Last of Us as a game and Neil Druckmann, but now also
we are
because
fans.
we're fans of Craig Mazin's work. So,
Yes.
guys, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Take care.
See ya.